Hey gang, I'm Ruth Ann.
I'm Chris.
We are GeekChic Promotions, and this was episode 4 of the season 8 of Game of Thrones, and this is our game of theories.
Yes.
This episode, so much happened.
A lot happened and nothing happened.
Yeah, well, but it felt
weird.
like it was like a lot of character stuff, right?
Yes.
This is a very character-driven. By the way, cheers for in our start glasses. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. So let me look up my notes because I don't. Obviously, we all saw the episode, so we don't have to go over it too much. But there's like some very fun moments. I mean, the beginning.
I feel like the overarching theme though of this episode was number 1, bittersweet goodbyes. Number 2, chicks don't like other chicks. That I feel like is the takeaway from this episode.
There was so much that happened like right away, and I really appreciated the like actual like good farewells for everybody, and I really appreciated the Stark pin that Sansa put on Theon, because like he died in honor. Like we forgave him. All the characters forgave him, and it was like that's a big deal. And like there was some. It looked like Daenerys did whisper something to Sir Friendzone. When
I guess so.
Right, because
Which
there's
is
that moment of
appropriate.
they had that moment, and I don't know, like for me there was okay, obviously there's the funny thing of the Hound during the whole like celebration scene. He just wanted to eat. He didn't care about the announcements. He didn't care about some chick throwing herself at him.
He didn't care about Gendry becoming Lord Baratheon.
Yeah, he didn't care about that. He also didn't care that like Gendry. He's like, just go get laid. Like, don't pretend that it has anything to do with the fact that other than you want to get laid. Like, it's fine. Go.
Also,
like, you're alive. Nobody else is.
During that scene, by the way, the medieval Never Have I Ever game.
So great. That was so great. And I knew there was going to be a line that was crossed.
Centuries go by, and yet this game endures of getting people to tell the truth about each other and then get laid.
Yeah. And then the fact that our boy, our big red beard, we said we were going to remember his name, and we totally forgot already, didn't we? Yes.
I always want to call him Thor, and
it's not Thor. It's not DTF.
DTF Hagrid.
Or like for me, and I can't remember the character's name because I always thought of the guy from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Bumbles Bounce, like with the big red beard. Like that's who I always thought of as well.
I can't remember his name.
I know.
Literally, it's right there on
It's right.
I'm like,
Right there.
I know it starts with a T. It starts with a T. Anyway,
they all
know
do.
who we're talking about.
We do know.
The one who was in love with Brienne and
obviously got dismissed.
Did get dismissed.
Yes.
Guys, he got shot down. It was very sad.
And then he complained to the Hound, who's like, seriously, guys, I just want to drink and eat. I don't give a fuck about whatever drama you guys. I just want to drink and eat. But that was amazing.
It was very sad though, because then he left. He left the next day, and he was like, "Well,
the women of the South don't like me." And it's like, by the way, this is still the North. Like that's my favorite. I'm like, Jon Snow was like, really, guys,
he's gonna take Jon's direwolf and go back to the freezing cold.
I did appreciate that. I know you don't agree, but I did appreciate like Jon being like, because after seeing him so damaged from the battle, just like. Get him away from the battle.
He's a direwolf.
I know.
That's legit what he does. And like, she's like, oh, but it's like nice and cold. It's cold everywhere now.
But it's cold. But he's also free. Like he doesn't have to be part of the wars anymore. That's what I mean.
But
free.
He's not with this man that raised him from a pup. Like I feel like he belongs with Jon and by his side. What I feel like is that his decision that was made because they don't want to CGI him anymore, and that was that. So that's why I was like boo on that.
Boo.
But you know.
I did like the fact that. Arya turned down
Gendry for
because that's just not her path.
Very sweet proposal.
Yeah,
and for a second there, because I was like, she's gonna say no, and then we were like, maybe she's gonna say
like
yes.
that was a very sweet, very heartfelt that I was not expecting. Like you're beautiful, and I love you, and I just want I can't do this without you. And she's like, you would make a very good lord, but I'm just not a lady. And and
never have been.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because she has her goals, she has her list, and that whole scene of her and the Hound walking away of that little you're not going to abandon me if I get sick and almost die, or if I get hurt, and she's like, yeah, I will. Yeah. And I like his laugh because they're just so genuine with each other. Like there's such a good almost buddy cop.
She knows her path.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I wouldn't be surprised if she pops up somewhere to kill Cersei, just like she did with the Night King. Like honestly, she's got her list.
I need that to happen. The other very sad thing, and I was so glad to have Brienne finally get some D, and the D that she wanted from season whatever.
Jamie and Brienne hooked up. It was
I think
the
he
most
really does love her.
love triangle of like the entire series.
Yeah, because I always
like,
thought it was unrequited with Brienne, but like,
right.
and to me it's such a powerful thing because obviously he finally let go of Cersei. Now I feel that he was going off to stop Cersei. You think?
I don't know, because like when he said what he said, like everything he's done has been for Cersei. So I just figure, well, that means he's going back to try and save her and his unborn child.
Well, see, I see it as that he's going to end her. Like, it's for Cersei. It's the best thing for her. It's to get this to stop.
So
you know what I mean?
It's
like,
up to him to stop her, basically.
It's to stop her, and the only way to save her is to say, stop fighting, because this chick is going to burn down your entire
Well, if that's the case,
city.
then he's too late, because they are there.
Ooh.
He killed Missandei and... What's that her name? Missandei?
I think so. Yeah.
Killed her and basically started a war.
I really like. So we were talking, like, because we do as we're watching it, we chat about it, and when she said Dracarys, and I was like,
burn him down. Yep.
Cersei doesn't know what that word means, so she's still all like cocky and shit. And it's like, nope, you just sealed your doom. And that was the moment I also feel like that. Tyrion was like, I'm not going to be able to control her now. Like,
no,
it's over.
I feel like everyone looked and they were just like, she's going to become a vengeful queen that is going to burn down her people just to get revenge on this woman who has killed a couple of dragons at this point. And
but like she said, she wants to end tyranny, and how to end tyranny is to end her. And like I think she's basically reached
but she's
the point.
not caring about the people, though. That's what they have a problem with.
Yeah, is that there's so many innocents that are
all
there.
All the women, the children, everybody that she's going in there to save, she's actually killing.
She's just looking at them as bystanders at
this
point.
It's like this is just a path that she has to go down to get to what she wants, which. You know, I understand the whole conflict of like, oh, but we want Jon Snow to be the king because, you know, blah, blah, rightful, but he doesn't want to be it. But isn't that the best way? The thing is that...
Because it's usually the best leaders are the ones that don't want
Exactly.
Don't want it.
So
and
I
think that's one thing that
like
he was
she's
bringing
right.
up. Yeah.
She was absolutely right. She's like, it doesn't matter what you want, Jon Snow. It doesn't matter how many times you bend the knee. If people want you in that position, they're not going to listen to me anymore.
And also, Tyrion is right. I don't think Jon Snow will ever marry her because it's not.
It's her.
Yeah,
it's his aunt.
It's aunt, and like, and he
aunt.
is.
Sorry,
no,
aunt.
no. I have this even here. Don't worry. Just it is aunt. I just. But I totally agree that like even though like it's totally normal in Targaryens to marry within the family, it's not for the Starks. It's not for Jon Snow, because Jon Snow was raised as a Stark. He was raised in the North, and I think that's been always been the biggest conflict.
Can we talk about how he was like, "Promise me you'll never tell," and then Sansa immediately tells?
Well, okay,
like, what?
But she never. So technically we never saw her promise.
Yeah, we did. She said, "I promise."
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, her and Arya did. And Arya had like a very good look on her face, like when she said it, but like Sansa was just like...
Yeah, so Sansa had Sansa face.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry, but like immediately she broke that bond.
I mean, for us immediately, but I honestly, I don't blame Sansa though, because she's right, and like that whole discussion that Tyrion
and they were like, how many people know? 8? Well, then if 8 people know, then 100,
might as well.
Eventually. It's like, okay.
But not wrong on that point, because if Samwell found the diary, somebody else is going to. Like,
I mean, it was bound to get out. I'm just mad that it was Sansa. That's all.
I knew. I mean, come on.
I expected better of her.
No, because she said, like, how do I promise if I don't know what the secret is? And like,
which, by the way,
she did try.
That should be like, John would be like, all right, yeah, I'm not telling you guys.
But no, he
didn't even tell. He made Bran tell. Which, what the fuck?
Well, then technically he never broke his promise to Daenerys. That's why.
I don't like that either.
I don't know.
It's very sneaky. Everybody's sneaky.
Well, it is the Game of Thrones.
All right.
All right. So we lost another dragon as well, and I think that's another thing that's going to send Daenerys. Like, you saw her face; she angry, and I loved our next time on Game of Thrones was so vague. It was boats and fights and boats and fights and boats and fights.
And lots of looks
and looks,
looking at each other.
Boats, looks, looks, boats, looks. And because we also, like, they mentioned the fact of what's her face from the Iron Islands did reclaim the Iron Islands, so it's just the armies that their uncle of Greyjoy's, like, he has those armies, but then like she's locked down the Iron Islands, so I'm very interested to see if she's gonna come and flank this whole thing.
Yeah,
but
it'll
yeah,
be interesting to
losing
see
that
how
dragon
this
is
goes out.
not great. But also, it was Daenerys' fault. Like, everybody said, just let everybody rest.
Rest.
And like, you saw that poor dragon trying to fly with its broken wing. He's like, I'm kind of, sort of, and that's why he couldn't dodge those last couple, like.
Yeah, that was not a good move
hard
on her part. She was all anxious to go, and at that point, Sansa was right. She's like, we need to like let our troops rest.
And Daenerys was only doing it to prove her like birthright at that point, because if she was
panicking,
and like the whole thing, and like
she went against like everything that everybody counseled her against. They were like, don't do it, and she was like, I'm gonna do it all.
And on top of that, okay, so. I don't know if I believe that she loves Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Because like that felt like her being like, I love you, so lie for me. You know what I mean? And then as soon as he was like, no, I can't lie to my family, she's like, well then go fuck yourself. And it was just like out, and you're like, no, what?
Yeah.
So, all right.
That whole thing's been uncomfortable with them though.
I have a theory that somebody dropped on me today.
Okay.
That I need to talk to you about, and I'm glad I haven't talked to her about this like before. So there is a theory that Tyrion is actually a Targaryen. Now, here's why. Okay, so first of all, his dad kept saying like, you're not my son, but I raised you as my son. There's that. Notice every single Targaryen that's born that's half somebody else, their mother dies in childbirth, right? Jon's mother bleeds out in childbirth, correct? And then our other half, everybody dies in childbirth.
That was very common back then.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they've had children before, like even Tyrion's mom died in child bleeding out like that. Okay. So like that's one theory, and that's the reason that he was able to remember that one scene that he does touch the dragon's fine with it. So that's an interesting theory. I don't know how if it's ever gonna play out, but
we got 2 episodes left.
I think that if anything, that's gonna end up in the book somehow, but not. I don't think it's gonna end up here. Yeah. But it's an interesting thing. Now, this is where things get so tricky, right? Because all right, so I still feel that Jaime is going to stop Cersei. You think that he's going to fight for her, correct?
Well. Yeah, I think he's going there to fight for her. I think he's torn, to be honest, and I think he'll decide once he gets there. I think, he initially is going there to fight for Cersei because she is carrying his unborn child and he's concerned.
Oh, and there's the other thing okay, so this is something that we're not in agreement of the a-hole Uncle Greyjoy, as I've nicknamed him.
Bro Greyjoy.
Brojoy. Does he actually think the kid is his?
I think he does because
because he did hook up.
He didn't know she was pregnant. She told no one except for Tyrion and Jaime. That was it. They were the only 2 that knew.
You know what? You might be right, and it might be just that he knew that that she used to bang Jaime.
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
But I don't.
And then she was like, oh, and then he went and he said something about putting babies in her or something like that. Whatever he said about that, yeah. And then they went and they had sex, and now she's like, oh, it's yours. Even though
I still don't think that baby's
I think
gonna
he
survive.
believes that it's his, and I think that's gonna put it makes him have a stake in things.
Oh yeah,
more so than what he did, which is just like, you're gonna marry me.
Okay, do you think that she's gonna marry him in these next couple episodes? Just kind of hang on, I got your baby. I'll marry you after this war.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, first of all, I don't think it's gonna get to that point.
That's true.
Because literally, this is all gonna be over with in 2 episodes, and I think, she's gonna die. I think Cersei's gonna go on.
Please let her die. I mean, she's such an interesting character because you do love to hate her. It is so empowering to see, even though she's the most evil bitch. But she is
you thought she was gonna get it.
I know, yeah.
And then you felt bad for that second when they were ringing the bells after her, going shame and everything. You're like, oh damn, with her head shaved and everything. You felt bad for her, but now you're
naked.
Yeah. Now I'm yeah. That was a body double, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. I would do that. Fuck that.
It's just her butt.
No, she had the full boob. There was a few shots that it was her full frontal, as it were. Yeah. All right. So sorry. Game of theories. What are our theories?
Well, I just said I think Cersei's gonna die, and I think it's gonna be done. Somehow Arya is snuck out with the Hound or something like that, and they're on it.
Do we think that?
Because she's on her list.
Yeah, but
she's knocking off her list, guys.
Do you think that the Hound and Arya are going to tag team to take down the mountain?
No, I think that's going to have to be the Hound on his own.
I almost think that it's going to be a tag team, but then Arya's going to step back and let him have the kill.
The kill, really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I think they're going to split up, and she's going to go after Cersei, and he's going to go after...
Well, I think it would be neat if they tag team, right? And then either...
They both do both?
Yeah, exactly. Either the Hound wears the Mountain's armor and pretends to be... And then lets her have that kill. Or, because so here's the thing that I don't understand of like wearing the face. Is she, because this is obviously, there's obviously some magic behind it. Does she take the full size of that thing, right? So does she tag team and let him kill the Mountain, and then she takes the persona of the Mountain to kill Cersei?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna
happen. Yeah, I feel like that's too much. Yeah. Do we have any theories at this moment who's actually going to be on the Iron Throne? I'm going to put mine down, and it's not going to be a popular one.
What is it?
I think it's going to be Sansa.
Interesting.
I don't think Jon Snow is going to survive, because now here's why. A, because he doesn't want the throne, but B, they did keep bringing up the fact that he was brought back to life, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a point, because like obviously we lost 2 of the fire god's like minions. If once the fire god is sure that his will is done, that he takes away what he gave. So does he lose his life and all that kind of stuff? Like, because I don't know, there's like little hint, like to me, I'm like taking every little hint I can get. Like when our big red bearded guy like punched him here, like where he was stabbed, he's like, ugh.
Well, I don't think it's gonna go.
I don't think it's going to Daenerys.
I don't think it's going to Daenerys.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. But anyway, we've got 2 more episodes, guys. Let's see where we're sitting at.
An hour and a half each episode. So yes, please comment with what your theories are for the next few episodes. Argue with us. Tell us if you think we're wrong. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
We're always down for that.
Full of shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right?
For sure. And we will see you guys next week.
All right. See you then.
Bye.